Our next speaker is Ona. Ona is what we call one of our special families, a special kinship family. She has taken on the burden / joy of looking after her grandchildren after she thought she was through raising her kids. So she has taken on quite a lot, and we appreciate her sharing her story for today.
My name is Ona Jackson, and I have been a HomeFront resident for the past 6 years. My grandson and I started out at the Preservation Center.
Honey, could you talk a little louder?
For a few months, then we were referred to the kinship program for grandparents who are raising their grandchildren. While in the kinship program, my caseworker and I worked together to find affordable housing. And my caseworker told me about the SRAP program. My income was very low, and this was a perfect program for us. The SRAP helped me to put us in a safe neighborhood, a good school system, and a place for us to call home. Thank you, HomeFront, for your ongoing commitment to families like me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have anything else? Ms. Hervneck? After we're done, we have 2 of our apartments here that are open if anybody wants to just walk through and check out what the housing here looks like. You're welcome to come check it out. Thanks.
Thank you to the Housing Community Development Network for bringing us together, and thank you to HomeFront for giving us the space and the opportunity to hear those stories today, which are so moving and so important for us to hear. Just want to talk a little bit about who's here, because we are, when we think about how we're going to tackle this crisis, the only way we can do it is together. And I see a lot of agencies here, and I'd like to give a shout out to who's here. So we have Allies here. They build housing. We have Better Community Housing here. Could you raise your hands? You guys, they build housing. We have Life Ties here. They take care of housing for youth aging out of foster care. We've got, you're at the Rescue Mission now, Deborah? No, where are you? You're, okay. She's at HomeFront. I saw Catholic Charities here. Catholic Charities, where's Denise?
They right there in the back.
Denise is here, and her consumer advocate friend. They do housing. They build housing for people challenged with mental illness. And we have United Way here, and United Way is a big funder of our Housing First initiative. If you haven't met Herb Klein, he's the new CEO of the United Way. We have the Mount Carmel Guild here that always has its doors open for people in need. Thank you, sister, for being here. Is there anybody else that oh, and Crisis Ministry is here. And of course, Crisis Ministry is, along with HomeFront, is our point of entry for people who are in a housing crisis, who are getting an eviction notice. So we are the alliance. We are together going to deal with this problem. And we are together going to let our elected representatives know that we can't let them sit on their hands any longer. I think there's probably no one here who would disagree with me that our governor is trying to quash, kill, what's a good word? Destroy. Our governor is trying to put the kibosh on the amount of affordable housing that gets built in New Jersey. And he is finding every which way to do that. The latest tactic is you've all heard the phrase, to rob from Peter to pay Paul. I don't know what the origin of that phrase is. Maybe the sister will tell me later. But Peter in this case is the Affordable Housing Trust Fund, which when somebody buys a house, their realty transfer tax goes into that fund, and it's designed to build new housing like this, to give developers like HomeFront and Better Community Housing and Allies, oh, and SERVE, I missed SERVE Behavioral Health is here, excuse me, Marilyn, and SERVE, to give them a match so that they can go to someone else and say, we have this much money, can you give us this much money? It's a crucial piece of the step. And he's basically said, let's take money out of there and we're going to fund our SRAP program. Now SRAPs are great. They're for people who are the poorest at the moment. And who's going to argue against that? So he's got us in a dilemma. He said, you know, we're not against SRAPs, good, but get the money from somewhere else. Get the money from people who are making more than $1 million, for instance, right? Get the money from not giving so many tax breaks to corporations. So that's our job. Our job is to show up on May 19th. The Housing and Community Development Network that Diane is the president of and Kate is our local organizer, is inviting us to an advocacy day on May 19th from 9 in the morning till about 3 o'clock. And we are going to reach out to our legislators on that day and tell them that this particular trick in the budget, the robbing Peter to pay Paul trick, it just doesn't wash. It doesn't wash with us, and it doesn't wash with people who, most importantly, who need housing, who are represented here in this group. There's a whole lot of people who are making less than $49,000 a year, and we have to be the voice or the channel to allow those people to have their say. We're not going to say it for them, we're going to say it with them. So bring everybody you can along to the State House on May 19th. We also have available some postcards, hands off New Jersey's housing budget. So if you can't make it on May 19th, you can fill out one of those and we'll send it to your legislator. So that's my pitch. We can do this, but we have to stay united, we have to stay together, and we have to show up. Woody Allen said 90% of life is showing up. We got to show up. You showed up today, and we thought we were going to have a legislator here to hear us. We need to show up where they are, and we'll do that on May 19th. Thank you very much for coming. Thanks to Kate for organizing.
Thank you for inviting us.
Does anybody want to, anybody who didn't get to talk want to say anything? This is your moment.
Any questions?
Any questions? Comments?
Yeah. We can get our clients to complete these and get them back into you by when?
We're going to deliver these when we go to the State House on the 19th.
So we need it by the 18th.
And you can make copies of those,
Yes,
get them out, and you can send them back to me on
Thank you.
the card.
We'll bring them with us on the 19th.
The Princeton Area Community Foundation is a supporter of this effort, and we did thank them earlier, and we're very pleased to thank them again.
I missed that. I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Hello, Michelle. Raise your hand.
There you go.
There she is. So come in for a tour.
Don's got the doors open.
Celia, you said that this was project 2. We're now working on project 9.
17.
17.
Yeah, sorry. 17. Miss Donna's headed out if anybody wants to go join her.
Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thanks for having us. Thank you.
I'm coming. For some reason, I remember coming through here.
Might have been one of the people you read up.
Yeah.